In the Apocryphon of John, one of Jesus' closest disciples asks a question that shifts everything. Lord, how did we fall into this realm? And how do we escape? This question is not just a curiosity. It holds the key to understanding the true nature of reality. Jesus doesn't offer lofty philosophical reflections or obscure theological debates. Instead, he reveals a system, a trap, a pattern that has been engineered to keep souls ensnared, cycling through the same experiences over and over, trapped in a web of repeating cycles. This system, this trap, is what we call the matrix. The disciples' question cuts through the illusions of everyday life. Jesus acknowledges that most of us live within this trap, unaware of its existence. We are imprisoned in a reality that forces us to repeat the same patterns: relationships, emotional cycles, financial struggles, endlessly. But what if this matrix is not an accident? What if it's not some random series of events? What if this reality was deliberately crafted to harvest your energy, to siphon off your soul's vitality and creativity? The matrix is not just an idea. It's a well-constructed system designed by entities that can't create life themselves, but can manipulate and control those who live within their domain. These entities called the archons designed this trap, creating a world where human beings are bound in an endless cycle of repetition. The matrix revealed. But what if it's not a mere illusion? What if this reality was deliberately crafted to harvest your energy? The archons, beings who cannot create, constructed this system to harvest the energy of human souls. They can't generate their own life force. They are parasites feeding off the energy of those trapped in their cycles. Instead of creating new life, they built a system to trap those souls in perpetual cycles, repeating the same struggles, the same emotional reactions, the same financial and relational limitations over and over. This is no accident, it's by design. This is the matrix, the algorithm, the underlying program that determines how we experience our lives. It is a trap designed to keep you locked in a pattern of predictable experiences, relationships that feel eerily similar, emotional responses that are always the same, financial struggles that never quite let you break free. It's all part of the matrix, the system designed to ensure you never truly escape. The archon's influence. The matrix isn't a place. It's not some grand illusion or digital simulation. It's a pattern of behavior embedded deep within the collective consciousness of humanity. It is a set of invisible forces that dictate how we react, how we respond, and how we live our lives, often without ever questioning it. The archons, the architects of the matrix, have studied humanity for eons. They know your weaknesses, your fears, your wounds. They know how to push your buttons, how to create experiences that will elicit the same emotional responses every time. The truth is, your life isn't just a series of random events. You think you're making decisions, but in reality, your choices are limited. The options you see in front of you are just the ones the archons have made available. You believe you have free will, but in reality, you're only choosing from the menu they've designed for you. The illusion isn't that you lack free will, it's that you're not seeing all your options. You're stuck in a system that has been engineered to keep you confined. The awakening. This pattern, this system runs on autopilot once you stop noticing it. The archons rely on your unconsciousness to maintain control over you. They thrive in the darkness, in your lack of awareness. But what if you could see through it? What if you could break free from the repetitive cycles that keep you trapped? What if you could feel the loop you're stuck in? That frustration you feel, that gnawing sense that something is wrong with the world around you. That's not paranoia, that's recognition. You're beginning to see the pattern, you're awakening to the truth. And here's the truth: you don't belong to it. You were never meant to be trapped in this cycle. You've always known there's more. That's why you're here reading these words. You are a chosen one. You are a pneumatica soul awakened enough to break free. And you're about to learn the 3 steps Jesus taught to break free from the matrix, naming the pattern. The matrix is not just a digital illusion or a cosmic game. It is a pattern embedded deep within human consciousness. The archons have been tracking you, your fears, your wounds, your weaknesses, across countless lifetimes. They have studied your soul, your deepest emotions, and they use that knowledge to create the perfect traps. Your life isn't a random string of events. It's a set of programmed choices that you're led to believe are your own. You think you're free making decisions, but in reality you're simply choosing from the options the archons have set before you. The illusion isn't that you don't have free will. It's that you don't see all the options. You are stuck inside a system designed to harvest your energy. The truth is, the archons don't control everything. They only control the predictability of your reactions. They know exactly how you will respond to certain situations, but the moment you act unpredictably, the system begins to break. The moment you step outside the established patterns, the matrix starts to lose its power over you. Breaking the pattern, doing the opposite. But here's the truth, the archons don't control everything. They only control your predictability. The moment you break free from the pattern, when you make an unpredictable choice, the system begins to crack. Children are the most unpredictable because they haven't yet been conditioned to follow the system. That's why society, culture, and education work so hard to impose patterns on children. But by the time you're an adult, the matrix has become a part of you. You've internalized its patterns, but you've always known that it wasn't true. That's why you're awake. You can see the cage now, and the moment you see it, you can't unsee it, declaring sovereignty. Step 1. Name your pattern. Recognize it. What is the one thing that always happens in your life? That one recurring cycle that you can never seem to escape. Once you name it, you take power away from it. The pattern can no longer control you. Step 2. Do the opposite. Break the pattern. Act unpredictably, even if just once. Say no when you usually say yes. Take up space when you normally shrink. One small act of defiance can disrupt the system. Step 3. Declare your sovereignty. Say it aloud. I am the light. I exit the matrix now. The archons have no claim on me. The act of speaking it out loud is crucial. Sound creates frequency, and that frequency changes your reality. The moment you declare your sovereignty, you shift to a frequency that the archons can't control. The matrix, cracking. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll begin to notice the changes, synchronicities. Things will begin to align in ways that seem impossible. You'll think of someone, and they'll reach out. The information you need will appear just when you need it. Reality is reorganizing itself around you. People respond differently. Your energy will shift. People will treat you with more respect, or for some, they may avoid you entirely. You'll notice it, and so will others. You feel lighter. That weight you've carried your entire life will begin to lift. The pressure that's been on you will begin to disappear. These are the signs that the matrix no longer has power over you.